This is Geometry Lesson 3.1, and in this lesson we're going to talk about inductive reasoning. Now, inductive reasoning sounds kind of fancy, but basically all you're doing is looking at patterns and using patterns to predict what should come next. So the first example here is consider the sequence 2, 4, 7, 11. We're going to make a conjecture or a guess about how this sequence is being generated and then find the next three terms. So I'm going to start off with looking at it and seeing, well, how much is it going up by? So from 2 to 4, that's going up by 2. From 4 to 7, that's going up by 3. From 7 to 11, that's going up by 4. So I can probably guess that the next number is going to go up by 5, and then go up by 6, and then go up by 7. So that's my conjecture. So to get my next term, I'm going to do 11 plus 5. And then my next term would be 16 plus 6. And then my next term would be add 7 to that. So I think the next three terms are 16, 22, and 29. The next example says use inductive reasoning to find the next two terms in each sequence and explain your reasoning. So I have 8, 14, 20, 26, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say, well, how much is that going up by? That's going up by 6, that's going up by 6, that's going up by 6. So my conjecture is that I'm just adding 6 every time. So 26 plus 6, 32 plus 6, those are my next two terms. The next example doesn't look like it's going up by an even amount. That's going up by 20 and then 120. That's kind of going up by a lot. So maybe it's not adding, maybe it's multiplying. I know 4 times 6 is 24. I don't know 24 times 6, but my handy dandy calculator does. Doesn't fit. 24 times 6. And that is the next number. So let's try 144 times 6. And that's 864, so that is the next number. So let's do times 6 again, and I got 5,184. And let's do times 6 one more time. 31,104. So on that sequence, I was multiplying by 6. Okay, this next one's kind of tricky. I'm going to try addition. I'm going to see what it's going up by. So this one up by nothing. This one up by 2. And this one up by 2. And then by 4. And then by 6. If it wasn't for the 2 2s, I might think it's just going up by 2 more every time. But it's not, because that second 2 in there, so that doesn't make sense. What I do notice, though, is the numbers that I've written right here are the same as the numbers that I was given right here. So actually, this sequence is going up by itself. It went up 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 plus 4 is 6, 4 plus 6 is 10, 6 plus 10 is 16. So I'm going to add 10 plus 16. I didn't mean to erase all that. But 10 plus 16 to give me 26. And then 16 plus 26, that'd be 30, 42. So it's increasing by itself, increasing by the sequence, if that makes sense. I'm just basically adding the numbers that are already in the sequence to get more numbers to continue the sequence. And the last one, I can tell that's multiplied just by looking at it. But the tricky part is the positives and the negatives. So that's multiplying by -2, and then multiplying by -2, and then multiplying by -2, and then multiplying by -2. I noticed those were powers of 2, so I knew it was multiplying by 2. But to switch positive to negative, you just throw the negative in there. Okay, so that would be negative 32 next and positive 64 after that. For some of these sequences, they'll be kind of hard to figure out, but just do the best that you can do with them. And show your work, and if you have your work shown on your exercises that you were trying to find the answer, even if you couldn't find it, that's okay, you just ask for help. I'll do one more example using pictures instead of numbers. So I have a sequence of shapes. The first shape is a circle, and then I got a triangle, and then another circle, and then a pentagon, and then another circle, and then that is a heptagon. They're alternating, I can tell. Circle, polygon. And I notice that this has 3 sides and 5 sides and 7 sides. So the number of sides on the polygon is also increasing by 2. So I should expect a circle next. And I see that there's a line drawn in that circle. So it kind of turns every time 90 degrees. So it looks like it's horizontal, vertical, horizontal. My next one should be vertical. And then my next polygon should have 9 sides. I don't think I can draw a 9-sided shape, but I will do my best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hopefully that looks like 9 sides. And I'm going to add that shaded circle at the top and the 2 open circles at the bottom. Letter B says draw the 25th shape. So I need to continue this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to number 25. Now 25 is an odd number, and I noticed all the odd numbered shapes are circles. So that's for sure a circle. I just got to figure out if it's a horizontal bar or a vertical bar in the middle of that circle. I could just keep counting. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 1 are the same, so just keep counting like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Looks like I should have a straight line on my 25th one. Describe the 30th shape, but you don't have to draw it. So even shapes are polygons. I know it's going to be a polygon. And it's going to have the dots. I need to figure out what kind of polygon it's going to be, how many sides it's going to have. So again, I could just come up with a list. I know that the second one had 3, and the 4th one had 5, and the 6th one had 7, and the 8th one had 9. So I can keep this pattern going. The 10th one should be 11, and the 12th one should be 13. But that's kind of cumbersome. I kind of already see a pattern, and hopefully you notice it too, that 2 has 3 and that's just 1 more, and 4 has 5 and that's just 1 more, and 10 has 11 and that's just 1 more. So 30 is going to have 31. I don't really need to keep this list going if I can recognize a pattern using my inductive reasoning. So 31 sides on my polygon. The examples are a little easier, the exercises are a little easier than the examples I put up there for a reason. But most of them are, look at the pattern of numbers, you'll be adding or multiplying to find what comes next. Look at the pattern of pictures, you're going to be adding a side to come next. Okay, that is it for the examples. Good luck on the exercises, and please let me know if you have questions.